If I raise a child and I say, I expect you to make straight A's, I expect you to bring good grades up in this house, what's that child going to do? Are they going to have better grades than the kid next to them? Probably, because we're starting from the top. We don't start from the bottom. But if I say, well, at least he's in school. He could be in jail. He could be dead. And then he grows up and you're like, well, at least he takes care of his kids. Well, God damn it, you're supposed to take care of your kids. Like, why is that so? You don't get a trophy for that. You don't get a trophy for not being in jail. You don't get a trophy for just going to school. You gotta you aim for something and you earn it. So standards are big. And one thing I'll say too is I think we did Bill Cosby a little bit dirty. Bill Cosby was not a perfect man by any stretch. Y'all know about you have the scandals, but then you also had he could be a little bit elitist. But when I saw his book From Victims to Victors, I actually like that theme in the sense that if you go back and you look at his track record, if you look at the type of work Bill Cosby put into the world, all Bill Cosby was asking black people to do is love yourself and have some damn pride. If you go and you look at the Cosby Show and you go into that, shout out to Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was an Instagram friend of mine, and I never knew him. I never met him in person, but the times we talked on Instagram, it was pleasant conversation. I really like this man. Um, if you watch that show and you walk in that house, the Huxtable house, the theme of that whole house was standards. The theme of that house was self-esteem. The theme of that house was you are special and you should carry yourself as if there's something special about you. Did anybody else notice this? Anybody? I mean, I don't know about y'all. I kind of wish they had shows like this now. I really do. Right? They were aiming for what they perceive to be the top. The wife's a lawyer, the husband's a doctor, the kids go to top universities, one goes to NYU, one goes to an HBCU, right? The marriage and family and loving, safe environments. What the hell's wrong with that? And if you remember when that show came out, you had black people that were really mad about that show. But that ain't black. That ain't black. That's not realistic. Why is it not realistic to have children that are loved and protected in a two-parent household? Why do you think that's unrealistic? Because your standards are low. And if your standards are low, then your outcomes will typically be low. Your standards are huge in terms of determining where you end up. So, when you look at lower levels of occupational status, that's low standards. When politicians go to Capitol Hill on behalf of black people, they don't demand trillions of dollars for black businesses. They demand black jobs. And black jobs do not lead to black wealth because American jobs don't lead to wealth in America. People in America that get jobs and that's all they get screwed. You get a double whammy. You get the job and then you get screwed on the job because workers are the most important part of our economy, but they are I can confirm this as a finance professor, not a guy yapping on YouTube. I have a doctorate in this. American workers get screwed. So if you train your child to be a freaking worker and that's all you give them, you are harming your child. You are abusing that child. You are throwing them into the fire. You are pulling them out of the frying pan and tossing them into the fire. I'm not saying that having a job is a bad thing. Stop that. Let's not do that, please, please. I'm not. This is not a Dame Dash conversation. Dame was a little more. He had a different way. No, no. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that you should be ashamed. I'm not saying any of that. A lot of hardworking people are in here. What I'm saying is you should have options. You should engage in the economy in a multitude of ways. You have your job, okay, get you a side hustle, make you some investments, buy you some real estate, get with your family, have your business meetings, save and invest, build your financial security because you're going to need it. Because if you don't, they're going to come in and they will terrorize you just like the nigga they think that you are. They will terrorize you when you are financially desperate. They will terrorize you when you have no other options, possibilities, and opportunities in your life. They will come in and kick you in your ass and beat your children and drag them out of the house and make them into slaves.